There was a time in my life when I used to fall ill really often. And that was during my university days, right? And trust me when I say that herbal concoction was never my thing at all. So I decided to make ginger drinks for myself for personal consumption. So I would make it, I would drink it, and go about my day. Now, something interesting happened. Over time, I realized that I wasn't falling ill as often. In fact, I wasn't falling ill at all. Like at all. So one of those days where I make my drinks, I just sat down in my kitchen, and then a thought kind of surfaced in my mind and was like, I can actually sell these drinks, right? So that day, I I made the drinks. Instead of me drinking it myself now, I made a couple of bottles, right? And I went to my neighbors downstairs and started knocking on every door, going from room to room and telling them, oh, I sell ginger drinks and all of that. Trust me, at this point, there was nothing like label. I wasn't thinking about branding. I wasn't thinking about logo. I wasn't thinking about any of those things. Just ginger drink with ordinary bottles. That night, I finished selling that the couple of ginger bottles I had available. I think I had like maybe 6-7 bottles, because usually I get my gingers in like bulk, right? I get them in bulk and all of that. So I made a lot. I made enough. Now, from that day, I would like sell to like neighbors on the streets, tell them go from one hostel to another. It got to a point when I would even carry some in my bag on my way to lecture. So immediately after lectures, I would sell to my classmates and all of that, and they would buy. No, this was just ordinary bottle, no branding. I wasn't thinking business. All my own was I wanted to make extra cash, and I saw it as a means to make extra cash as a student, right? So one day, on this fateful day, right after class, I decided to like go a bit further. So I took a bike. I mounted a bike to a salon. By the way, I school in Ibadan, right? So anybody who is very conversant with Ibadan would know Sango. So I walked into this salon, beautiful ladies trying to get their hair done, And if you've tried selling something to a stranger, trust me, you can relate to what I'm about to say. Approaching people is hard. Introducing yourself is hard. Not to talk more when you try to start a conversation. Oh, chim. That was my predicament that day. So I walked up to them. I summoned courage. And I was like, hi, introduced myself. I saw, did they even blink? You know that look when someone looks at you like this? What nonsense is this one saying? That was my situation. They didn't blink. They didn't listen. They snapped me. They snapped me. So they were not listening. They were not paying attention to me. Like, I won't even lie. I felt offended at some point, right? In fact, in my head, I was like, excuse me? I am just trying to sell a ginger drink here. Who? But I swallowed my pride and I decided not to react. So before I left, I decided to okay, let me just approach the owner of the shop. I met her, although she didn't buy, but she said something that really stayed with me till today. She acknowledged how I handled the situation. I was like, oh, amidst the embarrassment and everything, I was still very polite, but she encouraged me to continue. Now, all this time, I didn't realize I was practicing PR. I was practicing PR and I didn't even realize it. And I'll tell you how very soon. Now, I realized that moment wasn't just about selling ginger drinks. It was PR in plain sight. PR is not just about getting people to like you. Sometimes it's about how you behave when they don't. Looking back now, I realized something else. My ginger drink didn't have any brand. It was not branded. It had no logo, no label, no professional outlook, something to really attract my customers. So before people could judge the product, they judged the person carrying it. And that person was me. And that was another PR lesson showing up there. Personal branding. Whether you realize it or not, people often meet our personal brands before they meet our product. Before they hear you speak, before they understand our intentions, before they hear our story. People form impressions, sometimes accurate, sometimes wrong. And how we react to it matters. The ladies in the salon may not remember me today, but the owner of the salon remembered how I carried myself, how I made her feel, the impression I left. She remembered my professionalism, and that's what PR often looks like in everyday life. Not press conferences, not media appearances, not crisis statements. Just ordinary moments where people are forming opinions and we are deciding how to respond to them. That day, I thought I was learning how to sell. But looking back now, I was learning how to manage perception, protect my reputation, and present myself well. And that is the everyday type of PR nobody talks about. Now, this is what I learned. People often meet your personal brand before they meet your product. Okay? Clock that. Okay. See you on my next video. Bye.